Hello students, welcome to my class. Today I am going to teach English to the students of class 7 of Satyam Convent. And the students, those who were in class 6 in last session, they all are promoted to class 7. And this is your English book. Name of book is Hello English Reader. Due to this lockdown, we have decided to teach you through online or offline from time to time. So let's start our first lesson. The topic of first lesson is the eyes habit. The topic means that our eyes have the power to see everything, but some people cannot see because they are blind. And the blind people also will be of different types. Some blind do not have eyeballs, they are completely blind, and some blind will have eyeballs, but they can partially see, or they are sensitive to light and darkness. But some blind will have artificial eyeball, they are also completely blind. So this is the story about blind people, and this is a short story written by Ruskin Bond. The story is about two passengers, namely the narrator and a girl traveling in a train, and both of them are blind, and they try hiding their blindness from one another throughout their journey, and both of them succeed in hiding their blindness until the girl left and another passenger came into the compartment. This is when the narrator realizes that the girl is blind too. Thus, this depicts an irony in the story and justify the title. So let's go through the lines and I will try to explain you. I had the train compartment to myself up to Rohana. Then a girl got in. The couple who saw her off were probably her parents. They seemed very anxious about her comfort, and the woman gave the girl detailed instructions as to where to keep her things, when not to lean out of windows, and how to avoid speaking to a stranger. In this first paragraph, narrator was sitting in the corner of the compartment. Just then, a girl got in, and the girl was accompanied by a couple, and the woman was giving detailed instruction as to where to keep the things and when not to lean out of windows and how to avoid speaking with a stranger. But both of them didn't know that both are blind and they were oblivious of one another. So in second paragraph, they called their goodbyes and the train pulled out of the station. As I was totally blind at the time, my eyes sensitive only to light and darkness, I was unable to tell what the girl looked like, but I knew she wore slippers from the way they slapped against her heel. The narrator is thinking as the train started moving, and the narrator also was not seeing anything, and he just could understand that there came a girl because a slipper was slapping against her heels, but he didn't know how does the girl look like. In another paragraph, it would take me some time to discover something about her looks, and perhaps I never would, but I liked the sound of her voice and even the sound of her slipper. So till then, he discovered that the girl must be beautiful because her voice was good, sounding good, and she was wearing slipper. So he just guessed that the girl must be beautiful. Then he started interrogating or what? Interacting asking the question, are you going all the way to Dera? That time girl didn't answer. I must have been sitting in a dark corner because my voice startled her. She gave a little exclamation and said, I didn't know anyone else was here. So, in response, the girl said, I didn't know that anyone else was here. That means she also hadn't noticed the narrator sitting in the compartment, same compartment. Well, it often happens that people with good eyesight fail to see what is right in front of them. They have too much to take in, I suppose. So the narrator said, yes, of course, sometimes the people having good eyesight also cannot see what is in front of them. They just take things too much. Whereas people who cannot see have to take in only the essential, whatever is telling on their remaining sense. The people who cannot see, they have to take only essential things. They don't have to take much which they cannot handle or take care of by themselves. I didn't see you either, I said, but I heard you come in. I wondered if I would be able to prevent her from discovering that I was blind, provided I keep to my seat. I thought it shouldn't be too difficult. And narrator also said, I didn't see you either. That is, the girl also admitted that she didn't see the boy or narrator, and the narrator also said that he also didn't see her. But narrator was hiding his blindness, so he converted the narration. Then I had better not. Okay, girl said, the girl said, I am getting off at Saharanpur. My aunt is meeting me there. Girl was traveling up to Saharanpur, and she said that her aunt is coming to meet her. Then I had better not to get not too familiar. I replied, aunts are usually formidable creatures. Then narrator said, then I had better not get too familiar. That means I don't have to be so much familiar with it, because your aunt is coming, and aunts are generally formidable. That means formidable means generally aunts people do not allow their niece to talk to anybody, to be frank with anybody. They resist doing everything freedomly. In one word, aunts are generally strict to their niece. Then girl asked, where are you going? Then he replied, to Dera and then to Mussoorie. Then narrator was going to Dera, after that Mussoorie. Oh, how lucky you are. I wish I were going to Mussoorie. I love the hills, especially in October. Then the girl said, yeah, the narrator was lucky, and she also wished to go to Mussoorie because she loves hills, especially in October. The narrator said, yes, this is the best time, I said, culling on my memories. The hills are covered with wild dahlias, the sun is delicious, and at night you can sit in front of a log fire and drink a little brandy. Most of the tourists have gone and the roads are quiet and almost deserted. Yes, October is the best time. Yes, the narrator recalled memories and he said, yes, October will be the best time, because that time it will be very cold, so the tourists do not visit the place, so the street or roads will be quite empty, and that time the sun will be delicious. Delicious means actually it is in taste, but that time everybody loves sunshine, warm sunshine. And the hills will be covered with dahlias. At night people sit in front of the log fire and drink some brandy. So the October is the best time to visit Mussoorie. She was silent. I wondered if my words had touched her or whether she thought me a romantic fool. Then I made a mistake. Then after talking so much, after saying so much, when the girl didn't reply or didn't say anything, the narrator thought, yes, he must have done any mistake by saying so much things to the girl. What is it like outside? I asked. Then the narrator broke the ice, asking, what is like outside? But in reply, she seemed to find nothing strange in the question. Had she noticed already that I couldn't see, but her next question removed my doubts. When narrator asked that what is it like outside, the girl didn't reply because she herself cannot see anything outside. She didn't see outside. So she didn't answer anything. Instead of answering, she said, why don't you look out of the windows? So this question moved the narrator. He also couldn't guess whether the girl is blind or not. I moved easily along the berth and felt for the window ledge. The window was open and I faced it, making pretense of studying the landscape. I heard the panting of the engine, the rumble of the wheels, and in my mind's eye I could see telegraph post flashing by. So the narrator, as after saying of girl, narrator just moved towards the window and pretend studying the landscape and the scenery. Because he is also blind, he also cannot see anything clearly. He is only sensitive to light and darkness. So he pretend to see anything. He just gaze and he can see in his mind that the telegraph post passing by, and he can hear the panting of engine, rumble of the wheels, that much. Then he asks, have you noticed, I ventured, that the trees seem to be moving while you seem to be standing still? Yes, in this connection he again asks, have you noticed that the trees seem to be moving while we seem to be standing still? That is general thing in the train, that the traveler will be sitting and the outside things will be moving, it seems. So God said, that always happens, she said. Do you see any animals? Then she asked whether the narrator saw any animals or not. No, I answered quite confidently. I knew that there were hardly any animals left in the forest near Dera. Because narrator knew there will be no animal. There is no animal in the forest of Dera. So he said, no, there is no animal. I turned from the window and faced the girl, and for a while we sat in silence. And so after that he turned his face from the window and sat comfortably and maintained silence for a while. Then suddenly again the narrator said, you have an interesting face. I remarked. I was becoming quite daring, but it was a safe remark. Actually, the narrator said courageously that you have an interesting face. Whereas he has not seen her face, but he just put this remark. Few girls can resist flattery, she laughed pleasantly. But when anybody pass any remarks to the girl, they do not like. But here the girl laughed pleasantly, a clear, ringing laugh. It's nice to be told, I have an interesting face. I am tired of people telling me I have a pretty face. Also, you do have a pretty face, thought I, and aloud I said, well, an interesting face can also be pretty. The girl said, all the people said, I am tired of hearing that people said me pretty face, you have got pretty face, but only you said that interesting face. Then the narrator could understand that yes, of course, the girl is pretty. And you are a very gallant young man, she said, but why are you so serious? Then girl said, you are a very gallant young man, that means courageous. You are a bold man, but you look very serious, you are very serious. Okay, students, this is the half of the story. The time is already 15 minutes past. So stay tuned to complete this lesson till next class. Thank you and goodbye.